In Alaska, it's not uncommon to find reindeer dogs or elk burgers at local restaurants, but there's a new protein popping up on some menus. KTVA 11's Heather Hinsey takes us to the Circle F Ranch, where they can barely meet the demand for yak.
Mamas! Come on, mamas!
Hand-raised yaks, not in the Himalayas,
Come on, mamas!
but the heart of Alaska.
Trina.
Barbara Fithian knows almost every animal at the Circle F Ranch by name.
This is Trina and Trina's baby. His name is Dante. Wobegon gets fed with a bottle because his mom didn't have enough milk.
Check on Trina and the baby.
She and her husband Bobby are hunting guides who wanted to find a sustainable use for their land outside Glen Allen.
So Drifter is a steer. He's a small yak. He's kind of a runt.
Hours of research led them to yaks.
Trained to pack and to ride.
The animals eat a third less than cattle and can tolerate the blistering cold of an interior winter. They say it's also one of the healthiest red meats in the world. Barbara said it just seemed to make sense as more people push for farm-to-table food.
More than just eating local, they want to eat something that they know has had a good life.
Yaks are a new industry in Alaska. The Circle F Ranch is now up to 100 head.
Good boy.
And there are only about 300 yaks in the state altogether.
The problem is once you go yak, you never go back, but there's never enough yak.
The males go to market when they're 2 years old. The females stay as breeding animals.
Ribeyes.
The Fithians keep a freezer full in their gift shops. And despite a higher price, can barely keep it in stock.
We knew that the meat was going to be pretty fantastic and sought after, but we had no idea that the demand was going to be what it is. We literally are sold out of any meat that we can produce for the next 2 or 3 years, easy.
Most of the meat ends up on grills at David McCarthy's restaurants. The chef-turned-restaurateur owns 4 eateries in Denali and opened the new 49th State Brewing Company in Anchorage, where yak is featured in several ways on the menu.
And I'm happy to serve it here in Anchorage, and I hope people enjoy it. And I think it's important that they understand where their food comes from.
He says the protein is perfect for people who want to try something out of the ordinary.
This is the heart, and this is actually yak tail.
And he plans to put the whole animal to good use.
This coming fall to actually make a version of ossobuco out of yak. So we're basically taking these traditional dishes and substituting something that's been raised here in Alaska.
Locally raised food comes at a cost. The 49th State Yak Burger is $25. For local diners like Lane and Shannon Millette, who ordered the yak quesadilla, it's worth it.
That's the price you got to pay for good food close to home.
And yes, it is more expensive, but the reality is that the quality is there, and they have to understand that money goes full circle in our state, which is really the ultimate benefit of why we serve that yak meat.
How are you doing, old woman? Huh?
Back at the ranch,
So good, Mama.
Barbara and Bobby say raising yaks isn't just a way to make a living.
That's an amazing experience to be able to share this ranch with animals and grandchildren.
It's about a better life for their family and these bushy brutes.
It's hard to not love a yak when they catch your heart and they hold on.
Heather Hinsey, KTVA 11 News.
Again, you can find yak on the menu at the 49th State Brewing Company in the form of a burger or quesadilla like you saw there. The owner has plans for some upcoming specials, including a braised yak tail.